So yesterday we had a class here which was looking at these paintings, which are part of an exhibition by Adele Pound called Shoreline Birds at Beach Gallery in Hoy, Orkney. And in particular we were looking at the Little Egret one, so this one here. So if I go over here, we'll show you what we did. First off, this is a photocopy on the right hand side of the original, which you've just seen, and the one on the left is a copy which was painted. So in the class, first off we listened to Adele online because she came and did a video which we watched, and she told us that she was really keen on observing birds, and she goes out into the field and she makes loads and loads of sketches of them, very quick sketches because obviously birds move around all the time, and she captures things like the angles and the positions of their necks and legs and everything just very simply with a few lines, and then she works them up into pictures like this in the studio. So we thought we'd take a leaf out of Adele's book and observe the bird, but we were observing obviously the pictures that she'd drawn to see how she'd done it, and then we went on to make our own version, and I'll just run through some of the things that we observed. We noticed that this area here was a dry brush effect, which has just a little bit of ink on the brush, and we let it sort of make white areas on the paper with no ink on, and left it like that, so it gives you the effect of the water. Also here we were using a white wax crayon before we put the dark ink over the top, and that gave you a wax resist effect. We noticed that there was shading down the left hand side of the neck because Adele was explaining that the direction of the light came from the top right hand corner. So we did that with charcoal, and we had a little test card here to get the different tones of grey ink and charcoal, and we put the charcoal on with our finger. Now this is a white bird on a white background, so the shading here had to be quite subtle, and it was done with charcoal. We rubbed our finger in the charcoal and then gently stroked it round where we wanted it to go. We also had to use white wax around the edge of the neck because when we put the ink on with a brush, we didn't want the ink to run into the neck and spoil it. What else did we do? Yeah, we had to think about what we were describing with this shape here. You know, we weren't just rubbing wildly around, we were stroking it down into the shape of what we thought was the wings, two wings here, and left white area in the middle. Don't forget to leave white, it's okay to have white areas because it is a white bird. And the darkest areas we were careful to keep as the legs and the beak, so not to make any other areas too dark, otherwise that would affect the balance. We used ink down here, and we used a wet in wet edge to create a soft edge here by putting extra water in, and we noticed that Adele had a little squiggly lines where the reflection distorts in the water. So we're using the palest ink wash for this area, and we probably put an extra layer on to get the darkest areas. We also noticed that Adele had used straight lines to indicate the water, the effect of the water, and she seemed to have it in sort of 3 different tones, so we used pencils to create that. We layered up the inks to give the effect of rocks, so we went in with the lightest light first, the lightest tone, the grey, and then layered up. And we also had a slightly darker wash of black ink to go on the darkest areas. We used black crayon for the 2 dark areas here, and we took great care to get the eye right because